History is not always glorious. It holds both triumphs and tragedies. To truly understand a nation, we must confront its darkest chapters. America, often hailed as a beacon of freedom, has a complex past marked by injustice and oppression. This essay delves into these uncomfortable truths, exploring the experiences of those marginalized and silenced. Learning about the dark side of history is not about dwelling on the negative. It is about understanding the roots of present-day issues and preventing their recurrence. By acknowledging past wrongs, we can work towards a more just and equitable future. This journey through America's dark side will focus on three key areas: the mistreatment of Native Americans, the horrors of slavery, and the struggle for civil rights. Through these narratives, we aim to illuminate the human cost of prejudice and the enduring fight for equality. By understanding the struggles and triumphs of those who came before us, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the society we live in. It is in these shadows that we find the true meaning of progress and the importance of unwavering vigilance in the face of injustice. Before the arrival of Europeans, North America was home to diverse Native American tribes. These were not savage, uncivilized groups as often portrayed. They had rich cultures, complex social structures, and a deep connection to the land. European colonization brought disease, displacement, and death. Native Americans were systematically stripped of their land, their cultures, and their very identities. Treaties were broken and violence became the norm. The forced removal of Native Americans from their ancestral lands is a particularly dark chapter. The Trail of Tears, where thousands of Cherokee people died during their forced relocation, stands as a stark reminder of this brutal history. The Trail of Tears, a term that evokes immense sorrow and suffering, represents the forced removal of Cherokee people from their southeastern homelands to present-day Oklahoma. This tragic event, occurring in the 1830s, was a direct result of the Indian Removal Act, a law that epitomized the government's policy of displacement and assimilation. Imagine being torn from the land your ancestors walked for generations, forced to leave behind homes, sacred grounds, and a way of life. The Cherokee people, despite their efforts to assimilate and coexist peacefully, were subjected to this brutal reality. Thousands perished on this arduous journey westward. Disease, starvation, and despair ravaged the Cherokee people. The Trail of Tears stands as a testament to the consequences of greed, prejudice, and the violation of human rights. Section 4. Slavery, the stain on the American soul. For centuries, the institution of slavery cast a long shadow over America, staining its soul with the indelible mark of human suffering. Africans were forcibly brought to these shores, stripped of their humanity, and subjected to unspeakable cruelty. The transatlantic slave trade, a horrific chapter in human history, saw millions of Africans torn from their homes and families, shackled and transported across the ocean in inhumane conditions. Those who survived the treacherous journey faced a life of forced labor, brutality, and degradation on plantations across the American South. Slavery was not merely an economic system, it was a system of racialized terror designed to maintain white supremacy. The dehumanization of enslaved people, the separation of families, the denial of basic human rights, these were the hallmarks of this abhorrent institution. Section 5. Untold Stories of Resistance. Despite the horrors they faced, enslaved Africans and their descendants never surrendered their hope for freedom. Resistance took many forms, from subtle acts of defiance to daring escapes via the Underground Railroad. These stories of courage and resilience often go untold in mainstream history books. Figures like Harriet Tubman, who risked her own freedom to guide others to safety, embody the indomitable spirit of those who fought for liberation. The Underground Railroad, a network of secret routes and safe houses, became a symbol of hope and resistance. Ordinary people, both black and white, risked their lives to help freedom seekers escape to the north and to Canada.